All right, what's up, guys? Let me get my Chromebook situated here. There we go. Got my coffee too. My friend over here is drinking it too.
Also known as I'm stealing it, and there's nothing against you might not get it back because they take it.
Hershey's chocolate, and then it's got some caramel. It's got that kind of creamer in it. It's real good. I uh, I highly recommend it. Anywho, where was I? Hey, where was I?
Chapter 2.
Well, I'll just read from where I left off. Oh, there we go. Yep, I smiled. Okay, actually, I'm going to read the whole slide. While I was walking, I heard Lucas say something like, "You like her, don't you?" I kept walking, and Natasha ran to catch up with me. Hey, ready for the party? She asked out of breath. Yep, I smiled brightly at her. We walked into the cabin and everyone looked at us again. A few people chuckled when they saw. Wait, yeah, when they saw Natasha walk in right by me. We helped set up the party, and the game that we decided to play after it was started was Truth or Dare. The party would start in a couple hours, but first we had to go eat dinner. This was my first meal at, what's it called again? Jew? Jew? Jew?
I don't know. It's
No.
It's French. That's all I know.
This reminds me of a show, like a completely different show. It's not Greek mythology or anything. I don't think. It was so many years ago.
Do you know what it's called?
No.
Okay, just keep reading.
Quit drinking all my coffee. This was it was my first meal at Demigods, and I would be eating it with Cabin 4. After we sat down, the old man from earlier, who I think uh, Natasha called Dionysus. Hey, I said it right.
Good job.
Finally. Oh, you got water all over my freaking lid. Went to the center of the eating pavilion and spoke. We are welcome.
Okay, so you pronounce something correct, and then you did another word wrong.
I'm not awake yet. Leave me alone.
I just want to get up till 10:30. So
Hey, I was down until 11:15.
but keep reading.
We're welcoming a new camper today. He shouted above the noise, making the area go silent as everybody waited for him to continue speaking. We're welcoming Emma Lennox. Emma, would you please come here? I must see if you have been claimed. Um, I walked up to him and he put his hand on my wrist. Athena has claimed her daughter. He had me sit. Wait. Yeah, he had me sit back down and everyone got to eating. You're actually a child of Athena? Natasha smiled. Can I ask you something? I looked at her. She nodded. Is anyone at this camp dating anyone else? Yes, a few people in her cabin, like him right there. She pointed to a quiet boy. And her, she pointed to another girl from our cabin. I nodded silently, going back to eating. Hey, we're at chapter 3. What do you know? I need more coffee. Sorry, I got distracted by something on my live chat thing. It was like a tip thing, like tips for. I I basically just started. I have like 8 subscribers, I think, 8 or 9. I have no idea. Actually, could you check? Ooh, I heard 8. All right, chapter 3. It was now time for the party, which I was kind of nervous for mostly. Hold on. Let me fix that. There we go. I was kind of nervous, mostly because Lucas was going to be there. He entered as one of the first people, and about after about 10 others came, we started playing Truth or Dare. New girl, Truth or Dare. Mike was smirking at you. Or hello.
Who is first person?
I know.
How did you mess that up?
I don't know.
Or the guy laughing.
New girl, Truth or Dare. Mike was smirking as he asked me this. It's Emma and Dare. I looked at him waiting for my dare. I dare you to I dare yeah. I keep reading silently. I dare you to give the most attractive person here a kiss on the cheek. He waited expectantly for me to give him a kiss on the cheek, but I looked at Natasha. I leaned over and kissed her on the cheek, and her face turned so red. Mine did too. Mike's eyes went wide and then he glared.
Jelly what?
There we go.
I realized I'm kind of the one who wrote this, but jealous what?
You think a girl is the most attractive? Mike laughed. I shrugged. She's more attractive than anyone else here. I looked at Natasha and smiled. She smiled and looked away. Well, anyway, let's continue the game, Lucas said, breaking up the tension. Ugh,
Tension.
tension. Breaking up the tension. Natasha, I got tension and Natasha, like, kind of intertwined. Anyway, let's continue the game, Lucas said, breaking up the tension. Natasha, truth or dare? Natasha looked up at him. Truth. She smiled brightly. Did she like him? Did I just kiss her on the cheek? It all started to sink in. Is it true you like someone here? Lucas asked, smirking. Natasha nodded and glanced over at me. I smiled at her a little. Lucas, truth or dare? Mike smirked slightly. Dare me, Mike. Lucas smirked at him. Did I already say that? No? Okay. I dare you to grab the most attractive girl by the waist and hold it all night. He smiled that creepy smile of his. Lucas stood up and walked over to a girl named Ellie?
Ellie.
He wrapped his hands around her. Good Lord. And smiled. The smile wasn't genuine, though. He thought someone else was more attractive. Who, though? Lucas was staring at me the whole time. Soon it was time for lights out. Everyone went back to their cabins. Except Lucas. I went into the bathroom to brush my teeth before bed, and he walked in after me. Hey, Emma, he said. Oh, hi. I looked at him. I can't really go back to my cabin. Lucas frowned. Why not? There are no sleeping areas left in there. I'm in cabin 6. The Hermes cabin? Yeah, I said that right. Almost said cabinet.
Wait, how did you say Hermes?
Hermes.
It's Hermes. Which is kind of funny, but anyway,
I don't know. The Hermes cabin? I looked at him a little surprised. What? He nodded. Wow, Hermes has a lot of kids. Lucas shrugged. So where do you usually sleep? The woods, he shrugged. Oh, you are not doing that tonight. You can stay somewhere in here. We have a few empty bunks. I brought him to an empty bunk bed. What? Here you go, Lucas. He smiled, then climbed up to the top
bunk.
Thank you. And laid down. After he fell asleep, I went to lay down in the bunk bed below Natasha. Emma, are you awake? Natasha asked quietly. Yeah, I whispered. Do you really think I'm the most attractive person who was at the party? She asked, sounding, and she sounded a little upset. Yes, why do you sound upset? I got out of my bed and climbed up to hers. I sat by her. I'm fine, Natasha whispered. She was fidgeting with a ring. Um, where'd you get that ring from? I looked from her to the ring. My dad, she said. She looked up at me. I miss him so much. I hugged her as soon as she said that. She looked shocked. I pulled out of the hug and pulled the knife pulled the knife my dad gave me out of my pocket. She looked at it. You got that from your dad, didn't you, Emma? I nodded. I did today before he left. I had tears in my eyes, so I closed them and took a few deep breaths. I forgot today was your first day here. She put her hand What? Lightly on mine. I looked at her. I'm really glad I met you, Natasha. I'm glad I met you too. Oh wait, tomorrow's Capture the Flag Day. You get to be on my team. She was a little loud when she said that. Will you two shut up? Mike Whisper yelled. Sorry.
Everyone hates Mike. Don't worry. So
Yeah.
if anyone watching this hates Mike, just be in agreement with everyone.
Oh, guys, I just wanted to let you know. Sorry I had to um sorry I had to stop in the middle of it. Just had to get some things done. All right. Sorry, I said. Natasha laughed. Not Natasha was laughing. I covered her mouth. Shush, Tasha. She looked at me surprised, but stopped laughing. Okay, okay. Mike sat up. And looked at us. Emma and Natasha, you two are too loud. But you also aren't?
No, I don't remember what it is. So.
That's not right.
It might actually be. Don't change it yet.
I already did.
What page are you on?
I'm on 23.
Where was it that you changed?
The second line where it says are, it said aren't being annoying. Oh, yeah. It is.
No, it is. You.
All right. I don't know. Let me click out of that.
I also have to change your sheet. Okay, anyway. Keep going.
The issue is we need our strength for capture the flag tomorrow. Especially you, Emma, since it's your second day and you've never played here. He spoke. As he spoke, I climbed down back to my bed and fell back asleep. Ow. Chapter 4.
Capture the flag day.
Yeah, capture the flag day, and I wasn't even awake yet. Emma, Emma, wake up! Natasha was shaking me. It's capture the flag day. You have to get up. My eyes shot open, Jinx. And I sat up. Capture the flag. I smiled brightly. Yep. Come on, let's go. Get dressed and come outside. I nodded as Natasha raced out the door. I got dressed and ran out to her. Are you ready to win capture the flag? I nodded excitedly. Well, Dionysus will be addressing everyone in a minute. So how well do you know how to fight? Fight? Oh yeah, when we play capture the flag, it's a training thing. Well, no, I don't, but I'm a fast learner.
You read the parts that's after the dialogue. Because it says fight, and then I asked, and you missed the I asked part, and then on the part Natasha says you missed the she smiled part, and that just can cut out quite a bit of the story. If you
Yeah. Well, no, I don't, but I'm a fast learner. I shrugged. Well, good news is you already have a weapon you can use. Your knife. Natasha smiled. Good? I guess that's true. I pulled it out and looked at it, smiling slightly. It's a really cool knife, That's a really cool knife, Emma. I couldn't see it. I couldn't really
see it last night, but now I see it. She looked at me and smiled brightly.
Welcome, campers, Dionysus shouted above all the chatter of excited campers. We all know that we have a new camper, so go easy on her. For all you others, play like normal, Dionysus instructed. Everyone ran to where their flags naturally are and sent out some of the best offense campers to capture the other team's flags. I was kept at defense until a few minutes later. Emma, we need you to go to offense and get the other flag, Natasha shouted. Okay, Natasha, I yelled as I ran into the woods in the direction of the river. The other team's flag should be just across from the river. Aha! Hey, that's a band. Take on me.
Yeah. Just read.
Someone shouted behind me when I got to the river. I turned around. It was Lucas. Oh, it's you, Emma. He smiled. Oh, hey. I smiled. So you're trying to get my team's flag, huh? Lucas asked. I nodded. I'm afraid I can't let you have that, Emma. He took out a sword and I pulled out my knife. Just let me take the flag, Lucas. He charged at me and
As I said.
yeah, as I said this and cut my arm with his sword. I stabbed my knife into his arm, but before he
Could run off with my knife still in his arm and pulled it out.
yeah, it was stained with blood. The cut
Lucas had left on my arm was spilling out a lot of blood just when I heard me out.
Lucas, you were supposed to go easy on her. It was Natasha. She stabbed my arm, so I would say we're even. He replied. She's she's losing a lot of blood. Natasha ran over and held the spot Lucas had cut. She's never fought before. She doesn't even know how to hurt someone badly. Go get Dionysus.
But anyway,
Lucas ran to get the camp director. Yeah, I lost my place. Everyone, capture the flag is over for today, Dionysus shouted for the whole forest to hear. Oh, River Styx. Did Lucas hurt her badly? It's hardly a scratch, Lucas protested. She'll be okay, right? Natasha asked. Yes. Lucas, go get nectar and ambrosia. Yeah, Dionysus ordered. Lucas ran faster than I had ever seen him run. This was the moment before I passed out. Chapter 5. That's really warm. Yeah, my charging cord is really warm. Or charging box, I guess. I don't know what it's called. I woke up in a small room. Barely enough room for the bed I was on.
the bed I was on.
At most, I could fit the bed and it could fit the bed and one other person. I looked at my arm and it was bandaged. Oh, River Styx, you're awake. Natasha ran up and hugged me. Lucas right.
Hey, no.
Oh yeah. Thank the gods. Lucas ran. Wait, no. Lucas was right at the doorway. He smiled when he saw me awake. Look who's up. Dionysus. Emma is awake. Lucas yelled for the camp director. Dionysus.
Drop my phone on my arm.
My neck hurts.
Okay.
Lucas yelled for the camp director. Dionysus came in, forcing Natasha to leave the room. How do you feel? Yeah. How do you feel, child? Is your arm feeling better than a few minutes ago? A few minutes ago, I looked at him confused. You were awake and...
No, you
yeah.
You forgot that he asked.
Did? Oh, he asked. A few minutes ago, I looked at him confused. You were awake in tremendous pain, he explained. Do you not remember? I shook my head. Child, does your arm hurt right now? Guys, I have a lazy eye and it is bothering the crap out of
that I have to keep reminding him about.
Yeah,
Is
that's
why I'm swimming.
yeah, that's like it's my left eye, and it just like kind of goes sideways. Sometimes it hurts, but I thought no one was in here. Oh. No, I responded. How long am I gonna have? How long am I gonna have to stay in here? You can leave now if you wish. Dionysus stated.
Dionysus stated. I nodded and got up as he walked out of the room. I was still drowsy, but I needed to get up. I walked over to Natasha and smiled.
Hang on. I just sounded like okay. Let me know in the comments, guys. Have you seen the bad lip reading Star Wars thing called Seagulls Stop It Now?
No.
I just sounded like Yoda when he goes, Stop it now. Yes. Yes. I nodded and got up. Wait, no, you already read that part. I'm glad you're better, Emma. She smiled and hugged me. How long has it been since capture the flag? I looked from her to Lucas. About 24 hours, Lucas told me. Natasha didn't leave your side the entire time. I looked at her and she was smiling brightly. Slightly. She is amazing. I just couldn't leave you laying here alone, she said. I smiled at her. Anyway, we need to get to battle training. It's cabin 4 and 6 that are training today. So we all can train together today? Lucas exclaimed. I saw the look of worry. No, he saw the look of worry on my face. I'll go easier on you, I promise. We all walked to the big stadium and went inside. Immediately, I saw Mike and my other cabin mates. Good lord. Here you go. Yeah. Yeah. Coffee in there.
What?
In case it falls. Oh.
Anyway.
Well. Look who's doing better.
Mike said.
Yeah, Mike said. Try not to kill her again, will you, Lucas? Don't talk to him like that, I glared. Emma, it's okay. I did almost kill you. Lucas put his hand on my shoulder. I didn't mean to, though. Or you didn't mean to, though. I looked at him in disbelief. He sounded like he believed what Mike was saying about him trying to kill me. If you did, I would probably be dead. Natasha looked at Lucas and he immediately took his hand off my shoulder. Let's just get to battle training, shall we? Natasha gestured to the huge field at the center of the stadium. We all went to it, and the person, of course, the person I got to fight was mine. Go easy. I'll go easy on you. Don't worry. He smirked. As if I'm scared of you. I rolled my eyes and we started training. I I gave him a few cuts, and when we took a break, he beckoned me to talk to him in a secluded corner. I walked over to him, rolling my eyes. I'm done going easy on you, princess. He smirked. When the break's over, hope you survive. I rolled my eyes and walked back over to Natasha. What did Mike want? Um, she asked. He was telling me he wasn't gonna go easy on me anymore, I answered. Emma, that wasn't him going easy. He was at the beginning there, but eventually he had to work hard with you. Natasha uh yeah, Natasha explained, and I looked at Mike and smirked. Anyway, you're really good at you're
You're really good with that sword you were using.
hang on a sec.
Yeah, it's fine. He's letting me talk dirty. AKA, I'm correcting him a lot.
Shut
Anyway, let's continue.
Yeah, I guess I am, I said excitedly. When our break ended, I gotta sneeze. I think I gotta sneeze. I don't know. Yeah, I guess I. Mark, Mike. Mike was working so hard to beat me, but I kept getting out of the way of his attacks. Hi, Millie. Here's Millie. Eventually, he gave me a tiny cut on the forehead, but nothing else. Natasha was at the sidelines cheering me on. Whoa. Okay. When the training was done, Natasha and I went to the shower rooms. Of course, there were shower rooms and no showers in our cabins. You did so good today, Emma, she said cheerfully. Thanks, I responded, smiling brightly. My phone started buzzing. I picked it up. Hello? So we had a cat at one point. Well, actually, we had 7 cats. We had to give them away though, because my friend, every time she was over here, she would cough really badly, and
it made my throat hurt really bad. Which those issues are coming back.
Yeah, probably her. No. Nah, I'm just kidding, really. One of the cats. Okay, so I gotta tell you guys, if you know what like the show Supernatural,
one of the best shows on the planet. We named our cats after them.
Yeah.
Well, except for one, technically.
Yeah. So we had Sammy, because Sammy was a girl instead of a male.
And we had Dean.
She was a butthead.
We had Dean, Cass, Cherry Pie, Joe, Lucifer, and my favorite, Bobby.
And Bobby, she was all black.
The black demon.
She was a demon.
But I loved her very much.
Yeah. Whenever she was in heat, she would say, "Hello, hello, hello." It was so cute. Jinx.
Absolutely second up you. Anyway,
All right. Hello. It was my dad, so I put him on speakerphone. Em, are you all right in that demigod camp? He asked. Yeah, I've actually made a few friends. I answered. Hey, Mr. Emma's dad, Natasha yelled since she was about to get in the shower. Anyway, Dad, I have to go. Or, yeah. I said, I love you. I said, I love you too, Em. He hung up. Em? Natasha asked. That's what my dad calls me. Yeah. Oh, cute, she said. I smiled. She went into the shower, so I went into one as well. Afterwards, we were both wearing shorts and a camp t-shirt. I laughed a little when I saw her wearing the same thing as me. We walked out of the shower room and immediately ran into Lucas and Mike. But instead of talking calmly, they were fighting. Stay away from her, Lucas shouted. No, she's mine. Mike pushed Lucas back. She is not yours. Lucas pushed Mike back. She's mine. I decided to run up and push them away from each other. They both immediately stopped when they saw me walking up. What are you two dumbos fighting about? I asked. They both looked down, probably ashamed. They should be. Natasha walked up and grabbed my arm. I looked at her, then back at the boys. They were both looking at us. We were fighting over who gets a certain girl. Lucas looked down again. Well, people aren't your property, so the girl you're fighting over doesn't belong to either of you. I glared at them both. Oh, yeah. So, Millie,
the little rat dog.
yeah, I don't know if she has any right now, but whenever she was here, like when my mom was living here, we had Millie over here, and she had fleas, and I'm not sure about ticks, but I wouldn't doubt it. But she was chewing herself to pieces, literally. She's doing it again.
Which is probably just stress.
Yeah, because my dad moved back in whereas my mom got a different house.
Which is very pretty.
Yeah.
Very boring.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I glared at them both. Natasha smiled slightly. Okay, Lucas said, looking up. Fine, Mike sighed. Okay. Me and Tasha decided to go on a walk in the woods, and the guys came with us. They said it was for safety, but honestly, me and Natasha can protect ourselves. So, Emma, what do you look for in a guy? Being very to the point. Uh, um, I looked down. I looked down as we walked forward. She doesn't have to,
Answer
yeah, answer that, Lucas stated. Plus, I know what she looks for anyway. And how do you know that? Mike asked. I dated her a year ago. We broke up a while back, Lucas explained. We walked in silence for a while before. Hello? Stupid Fitbit. Um, we walked in silence for a while before deciding to turn back for dinner time. What's that? Oh, okay. Well then, Lucas, what does she look for? Mike asked. She isn't interested in dating people at the moment. Lucas explained. Luke, he wasn't telling the truth, but I felt Natasha slightly let go of my arm. She was starting to pull away. I grabbed her arm and kept her by me. What am I at? Oh, wow. 45 minutes. Yeah. Let me stretch my back really quick.
one of the literal best chapters. Hey.
Yeah, my friend here, she's the one that wrote the book.
Is writing the book. I'm working on chapter 12. And I've only thrown the thing I'm writing it on 8 times.
There we go. Chapter 6. When we got to the Pavilion for dinner, Luke went to his... What did I say the other time?
I don't know. I don't think
For Lucas went to his table, and both Natasha and Mike sat right by me. We began to eat our dinner, and I could feel someone's eyes on me. Mike leaned over and whispered in my ear. He still never answered me. Yeah, Emma. I know, I stated. So what do you look for in a guy, Emma? He asked, putting his hand on mine. I looked at it for a moment and pulled my hand away as quick as I could. I don't look for anything at the moment, I lied. You're lying, Emma, Mike said, grabbing my hand again. What do you look for? Leave her alone, Mike. It was Lucas who had spoken. If she doesn't want to answer, she doesn't have to. Natasha looked at me to see if I was okay. She could tell I wanted to get out of there right away. She stood up and grabbed my hand. Come on, Emma. She said. I stood and walked with her. We walked into the woods and to a fallen tree in the center of the forest. We sat down on the trees and watched as the light blue sky turned orange, then dark blue with stars. Thank you for getting me out of there, Natasha, I said quietly. She smiled and looked back up at the stars. She had some hair in her face, so I brought it behind her ear. I hope they stop acting like that soon, Natasha stated. It's very childish when they act that way.
Calling them out is great. Absolutely.
Yeah, I laughed a little. We sat and talked for a while before heading back to the cabin. Lucas and Mike both ran up to us. Where were you two? Lucas asked, hugging the both of us. We were in the woods, Natasha explained. The woods? Mike shouted. That's too dangerous for you two. We can take care of ourselves. I shouted back. Yeah, right, princess. Mike said, smirking. I glared at him angrily before pulling Natasha back to the beds we sleep at. Same thing. Lucas glared at Mike. Don't call her that. Why shouldn't I? She doesn't. She obviously doesn't like it. Lucas shouted. Oh. Too bad. Mike shouted back. She can deal with it. Will you two shut up? Natasha asked, not very kindly either. Why should we? Mike asked, still yelling. Natasha gestured me.
You said Natasha gestured me.
Gestured to me, covering my ears and keeping my eyes keeping my eyes shut tightly. Lucas immediately ran over and started rubbing my back. I don't know what's going on. She just started covering her ears and keeping her eyes closed. Lucas kept rubbing my back as Mike walked over and felt my forehead. She's burning up, he sighed, and she needs to lay down. Lucas turned me so that I would be able to lay down. Natasha slowly made me lay down. Mike ran to get a nurse or Dionysus, or just someone who could help. Emma, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay, Natasha said quietly. Mike came running back in with the nurse right behind him. He explained that I was burning up and looked like I had a headache.
I had a terrible headache.
Same thing.
No, it's not. Like, you have to get all over the mirror to sleep. Which is why I go continuously trying to you.
Y'all need to leave the room, please. The nurse explained calmly. Natasha was still staring at me as the guys walked out. She turned slowly to walk out. Then my eyes shot open, and I sat up. Natasha turned back around to look at me, but the nurse gestured for her to leave. The nurse was trying to make me lay down again. Dear, you need to lay down. You're going to make your fever worse, the nurse explained. My knee is killing me. Guys, I have kind of messed up knees. Sorry. Natasha was already out of the room, and I was trying to get up. And I was trying hard to get up. Shut it.
Keep reading.
The nurse kept trying to push me down, so I would lay down, but I kept fighting to stay sitting up. Boys, I need you to hold her down. The nurse yelled for Lucas and Mike. They ran in Mike held me down by my arms and Lucas held my legs. Even while they held me, I was still fighting to sit up. Um, Eventually, even while they held me, I was still fighting to sit up. But eventually, Natasha was told to come in. I kind of take a little bit of a break. Because I, like, I don't know. Yeah. Yeah.
Like 9 were yesterday.
It's okay. Please calm down, she said, sitting down beside me. I almost instantly calmed down, even if I didn't calm down much. Please, just lay still. She was looking at me, so worried. She'll make the fever worse if she continues to act this way, the nurse explained. That's where I got explained.
Yeah.
Instead of exclaimed. Like it just kind of,
Yep.
like literally, the words literally flipped.
Yep.
Not from me saying it, visually they flipped.
Yep. Anyway.
I don't know how to get her to calm down, Natasha said, or sighed, looking at me. Natasha, try literally anything that comes to mind. She might calm down more. If you do something, Lucas said. Natasha hugged me and I immediately closed my eyes and stopped thrashing around. Good, and stay calm. Calm, Natasha whispered in my ear. Her fever was caused by being overwhelmed. Well, were any of you shouting? The nurse asked. Both of the boys looked down at me and sighed. Natasha let the nurse know that she could go. When the nurse walked out and okay. When the nurse walked out, Natasha stood up and slapped both Lucas and Mike. Then she sat down by me again and grabbed my hand. Mike glared at her and was clearly jealous that I didn't pull away from her. A few hours later, I was feeling like myself again and talking with Natasha. Then Mike and Lucas walked in. Thank the gods you're okay. Lucas said, relieved. Mike just smirked at me. Yeah, I smiled. I smiled slightly to Lucas. The nurse. How dare you? No, I'm just kidding.
Excuse me, what?
I'm just kidding.
Wait, no, I don't even know. I'm confused.
The nurse gave me some ambrosia. Sorry, my phone went off. That's good, Mike Lee.
Mike Lee said, yes, totally his name.
Yeah, I should start saying that, huh?
Please don't.
This is officially the longest time. This is my third or fourth time streaming. And this, I'm at 59 and a half minutes, almost an hour. That's the longest I have streamed or made any video because the screen recorder I use only gives me 15 flipping minutes.
What screen recorder do you use?
Screen Pal.
Haven't heard of that, but it's better than Screen Pacify, so it's a good job.
Well, no, it has to be the actual app. Because if I do something off of Chrome, it won't. Like if I minimize Chrome, it won't.
Anyway,
It won't do anything. Hey, hour. That's good, Mike said, finally speaking. I hope you're feeling better. I am. I looked at him calmly. Good. Maybe you should get some rest, though. We don't know when or if that might happen again. Mike walked over and tried to make me lay down. Stop! I'm fine. I yelled at Mike. Oh.
This girlie is a fighter, and I love that I raised her like that.
Whoa.
Like,
okay, I can't see from back here. That's why I'm like up close, and it makes me look weird, and it makes my lazy eye just further over.
Yeah, that's just actually how it works for me. If I get close to a mirror, my eye issue from a lazy eye, it's just an eye issue.
How many times have you had surgery on your eye again?
I've had them since I was 2. My latest one was I was 8. So quite a few years ago. Anyway,
There's that sneeze again. You won't be if you don't rest. He continues to try and make me lay down. Rest right now, Emma. Mike, stop. Lucas yelled at him. You're hurting her. Lucas ran over and pushed Mike away before blocking me from view. Move, Lucas, before I move you. Mike glared. He stuck a he took a step closer to look. Lucas, and I stood up quickly. Good Lord, I cannot freaking.
Let me know if you want me to take over again.
Stepping in front of Lucas. Don't, I said. If you hurt anyone, I will not hesitate to hurt you twice as bad. Emma, move out of the way, Mike said through gritted teeth. No, I said teeth. Like, I stood my ground and he walked right up to me. He picked me up and set me to the side. Then he proceeded to punch Lucas in the face. Lucas punched him. They started fighting, eventually falling to the ground and wrestling on the floor. Holy crap. Stop it, Natasha yelled. They still didn't stop. Please stop it, I said through tears. Natasha looked at me. Both of the boys stopped fighting, and they stood up. Lucas walked over and hugged me tightly. He was out of breath and obviously tired. Mike just stood there with his arms crossed. Mike just stood there with his arms crossed. It was time for lights out, so Lucas went to cabin 6. I got ready for bed and laid down, facing the wall so I didn't have to talk to anyone.
I'm reading an head in my head and I don't know why. Because I know this book.
Anyway. Emma, Mike said quietly from behind me. Please talk to me. I'm not in the mood right now, Mike, I whispered. Natasha came and sat beside me. Shut it.
I wrote the book. I get to criticize as much as I want to read it.
Shut it. So I was down until 11:15. That's how much sleep I got last night. 9 hours and 12 minutes.
Lucky.
No.
9 hours?
No, that's not lucky.
That is lucky. For me?
If you had a Fitbit, you would actually be able to tell how much sleep you got.
Yeah, but
Hi, Millie.
I was just saying really late tossing that real quick. So anyway.
She began to rub my back, which made me smile a little. Just go to bed, Mike, Natasha said coldly. I've never heard her speak coldly to anyone. She didn't need to do that for me.
Next chapter 7.
Actually, I'm going to go ahead and stop here, guys. I might live stream again later. But like I said earlier, this is the longest time I've ever streamed.
And thanks for listening to the book I wrote or the book I'm writing, because I was actually really excited to write this, and when he offered to read it for you guys, I got really excited. So
Wait, didn't you tell your friend about my YouTube channel?
Why do we have candy?
Is that candy?
Yeah, there's Polly.
Oh. Dope. Alright, guys. It's good to see you guys, and I'll talk to you later. Love you all and be safe out there.